This video number 95 today on your Firearms Defense channel. This is going to be a follow-up to video number 94 that I just made about the killings in Orange County. Now, as expected, this guy made the front page, not the front page, this guy made the extra of the Los Angeles Times today, and here's a picture of him, and the prosecutor says he's going to seek a death penalty, and there's a picture of this puke, and there's a picture of the people he killed right below that, several of them, and it continues on the back page, and of course this guy's right at the top, and a big picture of him. It just makes me want to puke just to look at this guy, but you know, so anyway, we've got what we got here, and I've got what we pretty much expected. It says that he's got a defense attorney appointed already. When attorney Robert Curtis asked Orange County Superior Court Judge Eric L. Lars for a continuance to assemble a defense team, well, of course this guy isn't going to get one court-appointed attorney. He's going to get a defense team, which will of course cost several $1 million for these people. Curtis also told Lars that a medical order is is needed so that he can receive his antipsychotic medication and have a spinal cord stimulator to help control his chronic pain. So this guy's going to get a defense team of probably top-notch attorneys who specialize in death penalty cases. He's going to get a top-notch medical team, you know, to evaluate this guy and stuff like that. And we're going to make sure that he gets all of his rights and stuff, which are supposedly secured by our Constitution and all that stuff. Now, here's the thing that people forget. Now, people think when our founding fathers established this republic and created the Bill of Rights and all that, they think the founding fathers intended for garbage like this to have the same rights that the useful, productive citizens enjoy. That's not the case at all. The founding fathers intended for useful, productive citizens, such as these people this piece of shit killed. They intended for useful, productive citizens to be safe from government predatory activities. That's what our Constitution and the Bill of Rights was established for. They didn't intend for garbage like this to have constitutional rights and all the protections and the court-appointed attorneys and the medical teams and the psychiatric evaluations. They didn't intend for this puke to have all that stuff. What they intended for people like this, they intended for them to face the wrath of angry lynch mobs and be done away with by angry mobs in fits of self-righteous anger. That's what our founding fathers, and that's what any sensible group of people would want for somebody like this. But I'm reporting to you from La Land, of course, you know, and now that's not what we're going to give this guy at all. We're going to give him a year-long media circus for a trial. It's going to cost multi-millions of dollars. You know, the lawyers are going to bill the state for several $1 million. The psychiatrists are going to bill the state for several $1 million. He might get the death penalty. We're going to march this puke off to death row. He's going to languish on death row for, you know, 20 or 30 years or whatever, if he even gets executed, which he probably won't. And to be perfectly candid, the whole thing, watching this whole process, it just kind of makes you absolutely sick to watch this whole thing at work. It just makes you physically ill. It just eats away at you to watch stuff like this. When you take this guy out and one bullet, you know, you see people like this harmless schizophrenic stomped to death by 6 police officers in Fullerton, and yet this piece of garbage is in custody being protected, you know, and given his constitutional rights. You know, where the hell is the justice? You know, justice comes from the end of a barrel, and that's all it is. Now, if I were in charge, here's what I would do with this guy. I'd make sure he got a medical examination. You know what the medical examination I'd give him would consist of? I'd give him a medical examination to calculate what his drop would should be, and then after that happened, I'd give him another medical examination to make sure he was dead after he did the air dance for an hour. And that's the only 2 medical examinations this puke needs to receive as far as I'm concerned. And I hope as you watch this video, I hope you get the idea that I'm thoroughly fed up. I think California is la la land. I think it's an insane asylum. I think it's run by insane people, you know, and I think, you know, if anybody had any sense, you know, if anybody in this goddamn state had any sense at all, this guy wouldn't be alive even now as we speak. And that's video number 5 on number 95. This is video number 95 on your Firearms Defense channel, signing off. And this was a relatively short one, I guess. So I'll see you on video number 96.